And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Giangelo's here on 224 in Boardman. It is the South Range Raiders show, and it is player profile time. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for another South Range senior. Ladies and gentlemen, multi-sport athlete, stud, overall, absolute dog. Give it up for Dom Bailey. All right, man, I rolled out that burgundy and gold carpet for you. You got to come through for us. We talked a little bit as you sat down in the pre-interview, and I said, I know you're a wrestler. You love it. Are you counting down the days till you get back on the mat? And what did you say?
I said, I'm focused on Barberton right now.
I love that. That's the absolute dog mentality. Just focused one step at a time. 1-1 your senior season, okay? Obviously not the outcome you wanted week one. To bounce back in week two in the way that you did it against Salem, what does that say about this senior class's resilience and what the legacy you want to leave behind?
I think it says a lot about our seniors just in general, especially on the O-line. We had a pretty good game, I thought. And just in general, how the leadership and how everything went down in the game.
I mean, I talked to Coach Rock about the O-line grading out probably A+ from where you guys were in week one. What happened? Was it an open chat? Was it you guys just being honest with yourselves? What was it that led from week one to week two and the success that you had?
I think it was more honesty to ourselves. From week one to week two is a big difference. I thought we had a really good jump. We were just really honest with ourselves. We didn't do this right, we didn't do that right, stuff like that.
Since you were a puppy, all we hear is how small the Raider line is. Is that something you guys still have to kind of overcome and psych yourselves up? Because you're never really going to outsize anybody, but you're never going to be outworked. What is it about being a Raider offensive lineman that gives you that mentality?
Size. I don't think the size matters. It's about the dog in you, and the fight in you.
And we got some dogs on that front line. Wrestling. And we talked to a lot of wrestlers at South Range that are great offensive, defensive linemen. Why does being a part of wrestling make you so much more adaptable when it comes to football season?
Oh, yeah. Staying low is the big thing. You got to stay low. And in your wrestling stance, you're always low, or else you give up that shot. You can't give up those shots. You just got to stay low. Hand-eye coordination is a big thing, too. When you're blocking and from when you're wrestling, your position has to be perfect in both aspects.
One of the things that I talked to your dad about was you guys have only lost 4 times in your career, correct?
Yeah. For
you, do you ever think about that and understand that doesn't happen too often to anybody for 3.5 years as you only lose 4 times? And how important is it to you to make sure that number doesn't go up the rest of the way?
Yeah, it seems normal to us because we don't lose as much as everybody else, so it's kind of a normal thing for us now. But thinking back on it, it is a really big thing that we've only lost 4 times in the last 4 years.
As a senior, you win that game on the road in week 2. Did you have a chance to just kind of exhale? Because I know there was a ton of pressure on the shoulders of this senior class.
Yeah, when the clocks finally hit 0, I kind of gave a little breath, because games are never over, so you always got to play it to the final bell. But yeah, I kind of breathed a sigh of relief.
What makes it so special for you to wear a singlet or a football uniform that says South Range?
Oh, I think it's a really big thing for me. This is a great program, great culture, everything in between. Everybody does little things right,
We know that your family is ingrained from the bottom up, the foundational block all the way up. For you, what is that, and looking back, and I know you haven't had a whole lot of chances to kind of look backwards and in the rear view, but knowing what your mom and your dad do and your whole family does for the Raiders as a whole, what does that mean to you, and what have you learned from that?
It means everything to me. They're really good people. Just to, spend their free time, take their time out of their day to go help everybody else in the Raider Nation is amazing.
All right, let's talk about your legacy. Everybody wants to leave one. What do you want people to remember about Dom Bailey when it's all said and done?
I just want people to know that I tried my hardest and, worked my best and did my best.
Okay. So as we move towards wrestling season, which you'll probably get another player profile, I would assume, just a guess. But for you, why is it so important for you to represent South Range on multiple aspects, to be a football player, to be a great student, to be a great member of the community, like Coach Rock said, and certainly to represent on the mat?
It's like
You're okay.
on on the mat, it's a big thing. Like, just being like a student athlete. You
Sure.
know, being well-rounded, just in general, is a big thing for me. Because a lot of people are, just like students. Like, I think you have to be well-rounded to be a good person. You know.
Coach Rock talked about some of the rules and regulations he has for all of you guys inside the classroom. Is there one that's more challenging than the next?
No, I think they're all they're meetable.
Okay.
I don't think any of them are really like outrageous or anything.
They're all attainable.
They're all attainable, yeah.
Okay, so sitting in the front of the class, are you used to that, or is that something that you have to kind of remind yourself, all right, if Coach walks in, I better be in the front of this class?
No, because I usually always sit in the front of the class anyhow, just, so it's not a new thing to me, so.
We talked about Coach Rock's rules. What about your folks' rules? And I know your dad, he rules and reigns with an iron fist. Talk to me about some of the rules that you've had along the way that maybe you fought him, but now you're starting to understand.
Grades. Grades are very important, Can't be, if you don't got good grades, then your base, it's not good. What else? Studying's a big thing. I need to start studying more, I think.
Attaboy. Attaboy, Dad.
Get those studying skills on.
That's probably Mom. I'm guessing that's Mom,
Yeah,
not Dad.
that's both.
Okay. Give him credit.
Yeah.
He's smiling over there.
Yeah.
For you, your sister, let's talk about her. She's special.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely special. Potentially the first ever female Raider wrestler. And she's so much more than that. Talk about your relationship and what it means to you as big brother and what your expectations are for her as she continues to learn what it's like to be a Raider.
Yeah, being first in anything is great, I coached her when she went to States this year. I was in their corner coaching her. It's a big thing, and I'll be there with her the whole way, and anything she needs, I, obviously help her with, so.
You're a great young man. Obviously, we all know that know you. For you, who has helped shape you into the man that you are today, and what are the characteristics that you appreciate the most?
I have to go with my mom and dad. My dad, his hard work and dedication to everything he does, and then my mom, her persistency. She's really persistent on everything, so.
I love it. All right, for you, what's on the future? What's around the corner for you as you close your eyes? Don't blink too many times because you're going to miss this whole year.
Yeah.
What do you want to do when you walk across that stage after it's done?
So this is a big thing right now. I have no clue what I want to do.
That's okay. Nobody tells you
Zero
that.
clue.
That's okay. So I'm going to ask you the same question they asked you in kindergarten or preschool. What do you want to do when you grow up? If you could do anything in the world, what would it be?
Right now I'm kind of looking at like a trade, so
Okay.
like HVAC or welding maybe.
So you like making money?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can all get on that bandwagon. We like making money.
Yeah.
For you, how important is leaving your legacy this year and letting everybody know that this was not a rebuilding year, this was a reloading year for South Range?
It's really big. Us seniors together collectively, we're just trying to like make all these people are talking stuff. you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're saying it's a rebuilding year. I don't think it's a rebuilding year. I just think we're coming to play.
I love it. You could tell that there was a little more to that up here that they were able to shoot through the microphone, and we appreciate that, and so does the FCC. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for senior Dom Bailey.